the most disrespectful podcaster is gone now. I think this video is going to be talking about Bobbi Althoff. I don't freaking know how to say her name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. That basic, plain white girl that blew up after doing that interview with Drake, and then everyone started hating her because her personality was lame. But it's like, what did you expect? She blew up for just laying in bed with Drake. Anyways, let's get right into the video, see what's going on. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys tap into the Twitch streams. That's Whereyouatberto. You know where to find me. This video is by my dog, Hello Your Sin. Make sure y'all tap in with his stuff too. Great YouTuber.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look sweet.
What's poppin', y'all? God truly is the greatest. Man, I mean, I know the haters were putting together a spirit bomb to unleash on Bobbi Althoff, and it seems like, you know, the Planet Namic's done with, because Bobbi Althoff is canceling her podcast. Yes, the really good podcast. Now, I also want to talk about Lil Tjay in particular. We haven't forgot about him. We're going to talk about him because he was on a recent episode with Bobbi Althoff. But first, we're going to start up to the lead up before she canceled this entire podcast. And this started off with, so I'm going to play you guys this first clip, which comes from her podcast with Lil Tjay.
I was married and stuff. I thought I would be married forever, so
Damn.
I didn't think that I was having kids in a
What
broken
a
home.
combination. Little Tjay and Bobbi whatever. I just don't think we saw this combo coming.
It happened. I judged my mom a lot for doing that. She had 2 baby daddies, and I was like, you are a hoe. And then I got divorced, and if I have more kids, I'll have 2 baby daddies, and that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Nah, his life, don't think about it like that. I said his life, don't think about it like that. You tried.
I tried. I failed, but I tried.
You tried.
That's what matters.
So she goes on, and keep in mind, like, her whole shtick is being this, she copied Funny Marco. Let's keep it a buck, man. And I don't care in what scenario it's in, but she's basically like, yeah, my mama a hoe. And can I blame her? Absolutely not. Yeah, you can say that. But she seems to be following in her footsteps, because she's like, well, if I have kids again, and it seems like that's on her mind, then I'd have 2 baby daddies. And then you've got Lil Tjay saying, nah, you know, you can't think about yourself like that. But you know what I noticed about this? Off rip, this chick is a loony bin. For her to even say this, I do think is outrageous. She could feel this way, but to say this, I don't care. Yeah,
just out in 4K. Like, bro, I would never even think of my mom in such a way. But then even, like, let's just say I did. I'm not airing that out. Jesus.
Sarcasm. She's just So Lil Tjay, what I noticed is, hold on, this guy is on this woman's platform, and I don't see any weed. Hey, remember how he was treating Plaqueboy Max? He was talking about bucking up, getting aggressive on Plaqueboy Max, who's a more valuable platform than this flop of a girl who is quitting and her podcast is dying. That was the best platform because there was crossover with Plaqueboy Max. He had a hip-hop audience. Lil Tjay is a rapper. He's within hip-hop. And he had to make sure that he smoked in front of Plaqueboy Max, or couldn't even step outside to smoke. But right here...
I hate niggas that just, like, smoking is their personality. It's like, bruh, time and place, my nigga. And it's like, I don't know if y'all know the whole Plaqueboy Max situation. I'm not going to dwell on it too much because I'm sure your Sin's going to cover it. But essentially, this nigga Tjay comes to Plaque's crib on his stream smoking, and Max politely asked the nigga, hey, bro, you can't smoke in here. He wasn't even disrespectful with it, even though he had every right to. You know what I'm saying? Because just imagine you being in your crib, and you invite somebody over, and then they bring somebody that wasn't invited, and they're smoking in your house. You're meeting that person with disrespect 9 times out of 10, bro. And Max hit this nigga like, hey, bro, you can't smoke in here. And this nigga wanted to fight him. Like, what? Nigga, man, I can't be around people like this because I swear to God, it's going up.
He's on his best behavior. I don't see any smoke. And keep in mind, this is just a short clip. It's a 30-second clip that I played you guys. And I don't know if they try to copyright this, but let me just describe it for you. Lil T, and I scrubbed through the entire interview, by the way, because I thought, okay, maybe he's just not smoking in this clip. Let me give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he does puff out his chest and behave in the same way and the same level of disrespect that Plaqueboy Max did, because they clearly had to tell the guy he couldn't smoke. There's no way that he just pulled up and didn't start smoking. It's a force of habit. So he did not smoke for about 90 minutes. And it's interesting because as I scrubbed through the interview, you see him start to itch, kind of. You see him start to tick. He's got this blue, what looks like a Bic lighter in his hand, and he's just playing with it. He's twisting it. He's twirling it around throughout the entire interview. And I'm hoping that I get proven wrong. I'm like, come on, TJ, light it up. Light it up. Let the sparks fly. All I see is fireworks. Was that Alicia Keys on Thank Me Later?
This nigga you said you did not just try to sing mid-video, bro.
For some reason, I thought of Katy Perry as well. I think that was Alicia Keys on Drake's Thank Me Later.
Yeah.
Man, Drake's got too many classics. But anyway, this guy just played with a lighter for 90
Drake
minutes
Glaze.
and didn't light a blunt. Didn't light a cig. Didn't light anything. Didn't ask if they could smoke. They probably told him ahead of time. They were like, hey, listen here. You did all that stuff with Plague Max, but you're on a white platform now, all right? And this is a woman, so you're going to be on your best behavior. And Lil Tjay was probably like, yes, sir, yes, sir. And he sat down and disrespected a hip-hop platform, as they usually do. You could say, yeah, we're putting Plague Max as a hip-hop platform. A hip-hop platform, a great personality, somebody that's doing positive for artists when he doesn't need to. He could be saying F all y'all artists and not doing content with y'all. And he treated him in that manner. And then he didn't apologize after, and he kept like trying to press the situation. But here, he's on his best behavior. So I just wanted to get that out of the way with Lil Tjay. We haven't forgot about him, despite the fact that he got banned from Madison Square Garden. It's not like he was going to perform there anytime soon or anytime in his entire career as a solo artist.
This is why I fuck with your sin, man. He just be talking that shit.
Unless I'm willing to bet on that. But Bobbi Althoff soon after, and this is me saying that Lil Tjay did make some great music at a period of time, but I think he just lost his mind. One of those people that's probably in arrested development because he blew up at 16. So I think between 16 and 18, it just stunted him, and he's permanently going to be about 17 years old. Kind of like how Lil Pump is permanently 16, although Lil Pump, yeah, he kind of like, although he's not as bad as he was. I think when he was 16, he was 12 mentally. So Bobbi Althoff announces that she's going to end her podcast. So I'm going to play that clip for you guys right now.
At the end of the day, she was good, and I'm going to miss her, and I'm going to miss, I will miss doing this podcast, and I will miss the money this podcast brought me. As you guys know, this podcast started off just with a girl with a dream to make more money. And I knew when I started that it was going to go places. I didn't know I would fall off as quickly as I did. To be honest, I did think this was going to last a bit longer. But nevertheless, it lasted a minute, and I'm proud of the accomplishments I have. And I'm pretty sad that it has to end like this, but it's okay. Things in life happened. Everything in life happens for a reason, or mostly everything. Kind of not everything. Some things happen in life for a reason. But let's go down memory lane. I want to talk about the guests I had and just a little recap, of everything.
This is so funny. Because everything that led up to this is just like chef's kiss. Like, it's poetic almost. It's just marvelous. Off rip.
I could just kind of respect somebody that can lean into the joke a little bit and laugh at themselves. That's always something that I can always appreciate. But I don't know what her deal is, man. I don't know why. I think the reality is kind of alluding to what I said earlier. She got so much motion, so much clout so quickly, but it was kind of for nothing. And then she leaned into like the whole, oh, I'm dry, white girl thing. And again, it was funny for a little bit, but then it's just like, at the end of the day, people want to be entertained, bro. What value do you bring to the table? Is it funny value? Is it mental value? Is it financial value? Whatever value it is, people want to be entertained, and there's so many different ways to do that. And the kind of just the whole like dry humor thing, and it's not even that funny. It's bound to fail, But I haven't seen anything. Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I haven't seen anything from her where it's just like, yo, this person deserves to be canceled and So, at least from that standpoint, I feel like she could flip her situation. She just need to fucking be herself and not be so goddamn boring.
She gets the Drake interview. She does Drake in a dirty way. The interview gets taken down. That interview blows
she did
her
do
up.
that.
She also did a Yachty interview, I think before.
Damn, she did do Yachty dirty too. I remember seeing a clip of her talking shit. And hey, then again, maybe you reap what you sow. But I still think, I don't give a fuck. But I do think to a degree, like, regardless of, you know, how y'all might feel about her, how I might feel about her, whatever. Those two things still, I feel like she could bounce back from if she goes about it in the right way.
Before or after that. But Yachty, she found out, Drake, I think he found out about her through Yachty when they were on a private jet. Yachty told the story. I don't remember the details of it. I'm not an encyclopedia, man. I'm just like, you could call me a telephone book. I just know where everything's at. I don't know exactly what it says. So her podcast starts to blow up. She's getting a ton of hate, but she's also getting a ton of love from the girls. I think where a lot of chicks, she might have lost a lot of chicks too, is when she left her husband. 'Cause she was with her husband for years. They had 2 kids together.
I forgot about this.
She seemed to not even have a reason. Like, usually chicks will hold her down if they're like, yeah, you know, he was mentally.
She saw the money and clout from the other nigga she was interviewing. All right, you know what? It's starting to paint another picture, man. I'm thinking it's starting to come back to me. She might be an ain't shit ass hoe, bro. Jesus. I'll be steady trying to cop bail for motherfuckers, but motherfuckers really be dirt.
Abusive, what any other term, any other word that you put in front of abusive, which is hilarious. But she didn't have anything of that sort to say. And then she goes and starts dating, what was it, like an NFL player or something, which is a complete shift in character. It's like you were with this type of guy, and then now you're with all of these other types of people, and now you're attention seeking. What's going on here? And I don't even think girls were fond of that. But regardless of that, her podcast kept sinking. Slowly, the views kept dipping. It used to be like a big moment every time. And I think she also underestimated how powerful the hip hop audience / market was in her initial success. And now it's probably just not profitable. That's all there is to it. Like, they got to have production. They got to bring these artists on it. And if we look at her own YouTube, not the replies on a post that's saying that she's retiring or anything like that, we have to look at her own account. What are people saying on there? Well, you've got somebody saying, remember, this girl left her husband and family to pursue this as a full-time career. And then somebody says, definitely won't miss the 252,000 ads. Left her family for this, by the way. 5 minutes of ads in the first 13 minutes. Nobody's gonna miss this. I don't think a lot of people have problems with ads, especially this amount of ads, if they are like being satisfied with the content or they like the content. Because there are certain podcasts that I've listened to that have like 3 minutes of ads in the front, and like there won't be sporadic ads. But she was signed to, I forgot the network that she was on. I don't know if it was, well, what was the place? Was it Barstool? I don't think it was Barstool, but she ended up signing with something. And I think they just realized like, hey, we can't really sell you, which is odd because usually they sell all of the podcasts in their network as like a roll up where it's like, hey, we've got 15 podcasts and they all do this together. And then they're like, hey, we want a deal. And then they'll get a deal with whatever brands, and then they'll funnel it to all of these podcasts, which is sometimes why you see podcasts with sponsors and doing ad reads for brands where you're like, yo, this person doesn't get any views. They got no pull, no clout. How are they getting this? Well, it's because it's top down. It's coming from the network. And then, left her rich husband and child to be passed around by C-tier rappers in LA. Absolutely horrible mother. This is quite horrifying. I do think this is a little bit too much hate, even for.
Yeah, don't put the horrible mother in there if you don't necessarily know that. We don't know that, but anyways.
On my end, like, you can celebrate her downfall.
She did break up her family though, and that is not quality of a great mother. We'll say that.
Damn, dog, like, you guys are, sheesh. You guys are killing her. And this is the thing where you can tell she's not even into this because there's got to be something new. I refuse to believe that this chick can't do this podcast on her own. Why can't she do it on her own? I understand the show coming to an end because they probably don't want to renew for another season, but why can't she just do it herself? That's the way I see it. I do think that she hasn't developed enough. Like, she hasn't gotten funnier, she hasn't gotten cooler, she hasn't gotten more likable. There's nothing that's improved about her other than having different guests and doing the same thing. And this just goes to show why you cannot be a jealous hater, because even if someone jacks your stuff, because she jacked Funny Marco's stuff, right? However, you look at Funny Marco, he ain't got no problem still pulling views. Open Thoughts with Funny Marco is still going. Bobbi Althoff, that's not going anymore. And that just goes to show, man, you got to hold it down. If you were there first and you know you're more talented, you cannot hate. The people will hate for you. And that's what we did for Funny Marco. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Are you celebrating this? How are you celebrating this?
How are you celebrating this is crazy, Yasin. W video, man. At the end of the day, I kind of said it. Yasin said it. She doesn't bring value to the table, bro. That's what it really came down to. I think, again, there was a little bit of dispute with the whole Drake and Yachty situation of her falling off and they're not really giving them the credit of, giving her the platform to succeed. But you got to be entertaining, bruh, in some way, shape, or form. And entertainment comes in so many different shapes or form, whether it's funny, whether it's, inspiring, whether it's, a little bit of both. Like, she just was, nah. And to be getting success, and fame, and fortune as an interviewer, just as a motherfucker, I mean, hey, it was only bound to end this way. But y'all know me, man. I don't wish bad on nobody. I don't care enough to wish bad on nobody. So I feel like she still has enough motion and clout to where she probably can flip her situation. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you on the next video, man. Tap into the Twitch streams. The links to that will be in the description. I've been sick for the past few days. I'm just now feeling like I'm kind of turning around. So, I should be streaming again very soon. So make sure you guys tap in. Link in the description. Where you at, Berto? Y'all know where to find me. I'm going.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this, yeah, those who we